My sisters and brothers, I greet you all with the love and peace of the Lord. I invite you to meditate together with me on the Holy Word of God of 9th August 2022. The thrust: be small to become great. The indicative of our reflection: the perspective and the ways of God are always in contrast to the mere human ways. If we belong to God, we must be attuned to God. There is always a great desire and search for greatness, but the world has a false concept and means of greatness. This greatness is mostly measured in terms of ability and abundance. It is mostly in terms of physical, material, intellectual, and social power and competence. Thus, strength, money, possessions, power, position, influence, skill, tact, and success are seen as the signs of greatness. Accordingly, greatness is often equated with being superior to others, being placed higher and better than others, and being able to dominate and dictate over others. This is wrong. Jesus proposes before us a different kind of greatness. It is not the greatness of the big and the powerful, but the greatness of the children. He affirms emphatically, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Jesus also clarifies what is this childlikeness. It is essentially being humble. A good child is not puffed up, does not put on airs, and does not act arrogantly. A child is aware of its smallness and littleness, be it in age or experience or maturity or efficiency. Another essential trait of a child is submissiveness and surrender. We find this attitude of obedience in the first reading. God asks Prophet Ezekiel not to be rebellious like Israel, but to open his mouth and eat the scroll that he gave. The prophet obeys God's order. Similarly, a good child readily listens and surrenders to its parents' direction. Jesus also draws our attention to another characteristic of being a child. It is the fragility and vulnerability to be easily influenced and led astray. Therefore, this childlike greatness also includes our receiving children. It means that we do not despise people on the basis of external acts of greatness. We accept and treat all with respect. We also take care of those who are weak and liable to go astray. Saint Edith Stein always strove for this divine greatness. Though a brilliant German Jewish philosopher, she converted to Catholicism and became a Carmelite nun. She was killed in the Nazi gas chambers at Auschwitz in 1942. The imperative of our life. Often, there is a strong tendency to become great in a worldly way and also to associate with the big and great people. But the Lord calls us to be humble and to associate with the small and the weak.